Hey everybody, the following is an excerpt from the monthly Rahdo Roundup, and if you'd like to see the rest of the roundup, you can hit that eye up in the top right corner of the screen, or if you'd like to know more about the game, you can follow the link down in the show notes. And with that out of the way, let's talk about Tiny Towns, the Architects expansion. And this is great. Now this I think is the third expansion for Tiny Towns, if you don't count little promos like the trees and whatnot. And for my money, it's the best one so far, which actually surprised me. Because the other expansions, the merchants and the neighbors, I forget what they're called, the villagers expansions, they took a very simple little, I was going to say tile laying game. It's not a tile laying game, it's a tile building game. I've covered Tiny Towns a lot on the channel. It's a bingo style game where we find out what cubes we play, we try to put them in patterns. It's a random collection of powers associated with those patterns every time you play to build buildings and be a prosperous little tiny town on a 4x4 grid. That's the game. And the other expansions I thought were fantastic because they took such a simple idea and really blossomed up, built it up with new concepts like money and villagers that you have to try to target and whatnot. This expansion doesn't do that. This expansion just says, no, we're not going to add any kind of new fundamentally game-changing features. There's some new concepts like wild tiles that we can build on, little things like that. But mostly it's just a whole bunch of new cards. A ton of new cards that we can play, new buildings, new combos. And the thing that's pretty much universal across most of these cards is these cards are the way they function and the way they score and the abilities they give you are much more complex, are much crunchier and heavier than anything that has come in Tiny Towns before. And it's interesting. It's almost to the point where if you just play with nothing but architect buildings, Jen was thinking like, yikes, this has gotten to be way too hard a puzzle to solve. This is really super challenging. Whereas before the game was kind of, chillax and easy. And that's saying something. I mean, Tiny Towns has been in my top 50 games of all time. So, an expansion that introduces all this cool extra depth. And I would suggest, obviously you just mix the new cards in with the old ones. So every time you play, you get a couple of these really complex ones, mixed in with more of the introductory ones. So you just get, if you want a much heavier game, you can just use all new cards, but mixing and matching just makes the game richer and crunchier and more challenging than it's ever been before. And that's awesome. Since it's one of my favorites, I would say this is the best expansion so far. Even if the other ones add new rules, this one just takes the base game and makes it richer. And I guess that means that's the type of expansion I like more, I guess. Maybe. That kind of surprises me. But anyway, there's one other thing it adds as well, which if you're looking at the screen, you may have already noticed, stickers. And I just got to say, that's awesome. It takes forever. And it was a lot of work. I had to sit down for a whole afternoon. Actually, it wasn't an afternoon, an evening while Jen was watching some show I didn't care about. I just had the light on and was putting stickers on while only paying half attention to the show she was watching. It took me like a couple of hours to sticker every single building. But now that I've done it, it's so cool. It just makes the game come to life so much more with the houses looking like houses and the churches looking like churches and all that. It's a lot of investment, and it's kind of annoying because the way they did the sticker layout, there are not enough stickers to stick both sides of the wells. I don't know why. There's excess church stickers. There's excess house stickers you don't need. Why are there excesses of certain ones, but there aren't enough for the wells? So all the wells basically have to do just one-sided, which doesn't really matter. It's a minor complaint. But I'd already put in 2 hours. I was ready to put in 15 more minutes and do the last few stickers, and then the stickers ran dry. So that was kind of a bummer. That's my only complaint, and it's really of no great consequence. The gameplay of Tiny Towns is better than ever now that the architects have shown up. Okay. And thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. It makes a huge difference, believe me. But with that out of the way, if you'd like to see some more, over on the left, you can find a playlist of a whole bunch more Rahdo Rapid reviews. Up in the top right, there's the latest thing that's been added to the channel. And in the bottom right, you've got something YouTube recommends. Okay, folks, thanks for watching.